Going. Hope you are doing well today. As you can see from this video, we are going to be going over, okay, what is the end goal? What is the end game? As you can see from this image, I thought it'd be kind of funny to throw in the Avengers end game. What is going to be your ultimate goal with this, with the cryptos that you are invested in? Obviously you're trying to make money. That's obvious. We're not just interested in the tech, but like, what are some of the things and steps that you can take, post bull run? In this video, I'm going to go over what I'm going to do, and maybe you guys might want to utilize it too. Again, none of it is financial advice. It's just something that you might want to consider. Before we go into that, we're going to check out a tweet from Twitter from Miles over at Crypto Banter. It says, identify the coins which bounce the hardest overnight. So what he's referring to, the other day, Bitcoin went down all the way to about 59.5K after reaching all-time highs. And he's saying to identify the cryptos that bounce the hardest for the next leg up, meaning, so whatever bounced the hardest, those cryptos are probably going to perform really well in the continuation of this bull run, because again, we are just getting started. And then he says, don't overcomplicate bull market trading. And he's so right. Look at what altcoins are doing, and depending on what altcoins are doing is, a good indicator of which ones to be invested in. For instance, you have Solana, it's already back up to 131, doing really well right now. Again, that was just an example. So let's get into the meat and potatoes of this video. So again, this is talking about, okay, what is your end game when it comes to this crypto bull run that we're in? So as you can see from this chart right here, it has, the psychology of the crypto market. No one's interested. You have your hope, your belief, your thrill, euphoria. Now this blue arrow right here, I think we are, we're somewhere around there, maybe between the hope and belief. And then we do have the thrill and the euphoria phase coming very soon, because the halvening is right around the corner. The Bitcoin halvening, if we go and check out right here, is about 45 days away. So we just have about a month and a half. So right now we can utilize this time to still be positioned well into the market. Now, the point of this video is not to convince you to try and sell right now, because I think that would be a mistake. Because again, I think we are in the midst of we are about to be in great position to make really good gains. So this video though is just kind of getting you prepared in the future about, okay, once you DC out of the market, okay, what are some of your goals? What are you trying to achieve from your investments in crypto? So what are people going to probably do when they are exiting the bull run? Well, they might sell in the stables. They might convert it into fiat. Stables, that means it's going to stay on the exchange. You convert it into fiat, so you're going to end up putting it into your bank account, or you're going to maybe end up buying stocks or start a business. These are just some ideas of what people will do. And as I said, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. So my end game is I'm planning on, here, let me move myself out of the way. I am planning on selling all my altcoins and putting it into fiat and putting it into my bank account. Now, I'm aware that by doing that, that's a taxable event, but we all know that when you're taxed more of something, that means it's a good thing, because that means you made a lot of money. So hopefully by the end of this bull run, I've made a lot of money. And the reason I'm doing this is because, unlike last bull run, I didn't have a good chance to realize those gains. I was just invested into, like Dogecoin and whatnot. I didn't even know really anything about crypto. Now I know so much more. Now I know to actually sell, not to hold on and pray that things are, Dogecoin's going to $1 or Bitcoin's going to 100K. No. As I stated in the previous video, the time to take profits, the time to maybe scale out of the market is when you, this is what I think, but the best time I think is when you are happy with the amount of money you made, and hopefully it's been life-changing money. But yeah, so I plan on realizing these gains, touching it, feeling it. For some that could mean, going to buy something, putting down a down payment on a house, buying a car, whatever. Realize those profits. And then I'm going to wait for the bottom of the next bear market. So my goal is selling the fiat, all of it, wait on the sidelines. We're never going to be able to time things perfectly, but kind of get a feel for, okay, the bear market kicked in. Okay, Bitcoin's going lower. This seems like mass capitulation. Okay, boom. Now I'm going to DCA back into the market. That's my goal. And for me, I would love to be able to have one full Bitcoin. Now, that doesn't have to be your goal. This is just my goal. But again, maybe some of you are in the same boat and you're like, okay, next bull run, I want to be more exposed to Bitcoin because you see the ultimate value of Bitcoin. There is no crypto bull run if there's no Bitcoin. Alt move after Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is king, and I think it's important to have a high exposure of Bitcoin if you can. So for those of you that maybe are underexposed to this bull run, gain more BTC, gain more Satoshis by outperforming Bitcoin. Realize that, sell it, maybe put it in stables or put it in your bank account. Wait for the market to go down like I am, and then hopefully maybe you made enough to invest into some Bitcoin or just completely buy one full Bitcoin itself. In addition to that, so I've been paying a lot of attention to, what's been going on not only in crypto, but in the stock market as well. And I've noticed that you've had stocks like Nvidia doing really well. You've had Tesla. You've had MicroStrategy with Michael Saylor, Coinbase, Bitcoin mining stocks. So I plan on investing into these very powerhouse stocks as well. Not only just putting it into Bitcoin, but putting it into these really very, very popular stocks that are doing really innovative things. Nvidia with the GPUs, Tesla, everything with, the cars and AI. MicroStrategy is going to be a really good proxy to Bitcoin. It's actually been outperforming Bitcoin itself. If you actually had shares in MicroStrategy, you could be actually making even more money. And Michael Saylor is only going to keep buying Bitcoin, and I see as long as Bitcoin does well, so is MicroStrategy. Coinbase has been doing really well, and it being a custodian for these ETFs. And then again, another proxy to Bitcoin could be holding on to some popular Bitcoin mining companies like CleanSpark. Again, now keep in mind, sometimes the stocks are in correlation with crypto as well. And you want to be, if you're buying these, again, not financial advice, but if you're buying Nvidia, if you're buying Tesla, Coinbase stock, MicroStrategy, again, wait until you think that they are at their bottom points. Ideally, in a perfect world, if Bitcoin is at its low, hopefully these are too, so you're getting more purchasing power, more bang for your buck. So again, this is what my plan is. This is my end game for this bull run of 2020, of 2024 and into, parts of 2025, is to make as much as I can, then put it into fiat, and then DCA back in the market at their lows to get more crypto, to get more exposure on stocks. So And again, here's the slide just going over what I just told you. Endgame is DCA back into the crypto market during bear market lows. And then, so in addition, I'm not just thinking about being into Bitcoin. Obviously, this is when I want to go back into some of the stronger alts. Now, notice I don't have I did this on purpose. I have Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin's always going to be around. I have Ethereum. I do believe Ethereum will still make it out strong in this bull run, especially if Ethereum has the ETFs. People are going to go buy into the ETFs, and Ethereum should stick around again. Although I will say the Ethereum gas fees are getting absolutely absurd. So because of that, as long as Solana maintains its bullishness with these, with these games coming out on it, even these memes, that's contributing to the strength of the Solana ecosystem. On top of that, its fees are very, very small compared to Ethereum and even Ethereum's L2s. So if Solana stays strong and doesn't go down all the time, I think that these would be 3 strong particular altcoins to start DCAing into in the next bull run. Now, this might change depending on what happens, but right now, considering how things are going, this would be the route I would take. And then over here, you just see more question marks. Those are because I have to assess how the rest of this bear or bull run goes with other cryptos that I'm invested in, and seeing, okay, did the team stay strong? Did they do what they say they were going to do? Did they actually see really good positive price action? And if you can check these boxes and you can say, yes, it did this, yes, it did this, yes, it did this, there's going to be some other cryptos that are going to be very, very strong, in that you're going to be like, okay, I didn't see that coming this bull run, but I see that they're strong, and I think they're going to be even stronger again next bull run. So that's when you can start DCing even more lower prices into these cryptos. So there you guys have it. Pretty short video, just going over. Again, this is not, I'm doing this video in advance for, what I plan on doing later. But you guys can take this as information to maybe, adapt, change with me what you're going to do. And this is not to tell you guys to sell your cryptos right now. Personally, I don't think it's the time. If you've been watching my other videos, I think the market's going to potentially peak midway in 2025. So maybe that's when it's time to consider selling again. But at the end of the day, the time to sell is when you're comfortable with the money you've made. That's not financial advice, but that's what I'm going to do. So let me know in the comments, what's your end game? What is your ultimate goal? Are you trying to buy a house? Are you trying to buy a car you've always wanted? Are you trying to buy a full Bitcoin like I am in the next, bear market? Are you going to try and get into real estate? Are you going to buy stocks? Let me know down in the description or in the comments what you're going to do. Or are you just going to hold your crypto into the next bull run? I probably wouldn't recommend that, but it's going to be another long 4 years. But hey, this is not advice, but do what you want. But thank you guys for tuning in, and I will catch you in the next one.